Yes, I'm wearing the same thing as yesterday. Mind your business, okay? So welcome to Nosy Bystanders Live. I'm your host, Chief Nosy Bystander. We got a lot to talk about today, and I know I'm fully aware, okay? Fully aware I'm behind. Also, too, I scratched my glasses. Can you see that? You can't see it, but they're scratched pretty bad. But how you guys doing today? So, if you guys already know, in the Tory Lanez case, there was a verdict. He's guilty, right? It's very simple. But we're going to go through the Twitter thread of that, and then we're going to get to a lot of the individuals who were discussing him um, on Twitter, because I want to get to everybody's reactions, because the celebrities are going to be coming out of the woodwork with their reactions on him, and I want to get to those reactions, and I want you guys to get time to flood in. So let me let you guys flood in. I'm going to pull up Twitter. Ooh, ooh, child, the ghetto. Ooh, child, the ghetto. We're going to be reading from our good friend, Megan Kunis, because she is the one, Kunif, I apologize, Megan Kunif. She is the one who is going to be talking about this thread, and we're going to start off with her. She unchained the thread. She ought to be sued. Okay, here's the thread. Okay, here we go. Okay, we're gonna start it right there. Now, first, before we get started, let's see who's all up in the building, honey. Let's see who's all in the building. I saw y'all messages. Y'all was messaging me to go live. I was gonna go live. I was eating some snacks and drinking some wine. Okay, I was eating some snacks and drinking some wine. All right, I was doing my 1-2. Okay, let's see who's all up in the building, you guys. Let's begin. Hello, Amber. Amber says, "Hey, Nosy fam, I'm ready. He is guilty." Y'all need to stop. Hello, Jasmine. Hello, Binky. Hello, Oh So Me. Hello, In the Life Arena. Hello, Tour Season. Hello, Courtney. Hello, Kamiko. Hello, AC. Hello, Samantha. Hello, Alyssa. Hello, Nisa. Yes, smash that like button. Don't be ignorant. Hello, Soul of a Man. Hello, Regina. Hello, Alicia. Hello, Bodala. Hello, Chaz Princeton. I'm not gonna be able to get to all of y'all, but I'm gonna do my best. Hello, our Virgil. Hello, PSY Nunia. Hello, Toy Alley. Hello, Chess Princeton. Hello, Denisha says, we need to protect Black women. I'm a DV survivor. We absolutely do. We absolutely need to protect women. We absolutely need to protect women and men, because men suffer from DV too. We need to protect everyone from DV. I appreciate that. Hello, Ray Dine. Whiting, hello, how you doing today? Hello, Quima says, sup, Nosy fam and Steph. Treat that like button like whack-a-mole. Thank you very much for the super chat, Saint Hudson. She said, what? Yes, honey. Yes, child. Woo, child. Hey, y'all, I'm here for it. Okay. And I missed a lot of you guys. Hello, Missy. Hello, Victoria. Hello, 1079. Hello, Mimi. Hello, Jada. Hello, Jacqueline says, I'm late from Maryland. What's up from Maryland? And hello, Z Bradley. Okay. Merry Christmas to Megan the Stallion and Megan the reporter. Not Megan the reporter. Let's get into this thread, y'all, because let me share my screen, because this thread is from Megan. She literally just got 10,000 followers off this thread alone. Smash that like button, y'all. Don't be ignorant. Okay, let's get into the thread. So she was talking about a bunch of rambling about a bunch of stuff earlier, but we're not going to get to that because that's not important. Megan starts off the thread in the very middle and says, as your request for Megan's testimony, please clarify what this means by her team and clarify the time frame you are referring to. Jury later said they no longer need to hear Meg's testimony. This is just a standard report from the jury to the judge asking for clarification. The judge took too long to respond. They said, never mind. That's really what this report says. Megan then gets this and says, jury has reached a verdict in the trial of Tory Lanez. So be back in 30 minutes. And then she begins the thread here and says, we cannot tweet inside the courtroom. It could take a good 20 minutes at least from the time we go in to where we are able to get out. I will share the verdict in a separate tweet to trigger your notifications. Then I'll update this thread. Not her saying trigger the notifications, honey. She said turn the notifications on. She said jury convicted Tory Lanez on all 3 charges for 2020 shooting of Megan Thee Stallion. A crazy and downright scary scene in the courtroom as his father and stepmother screamed about wicked injustice. Megan then goes on to say Tory Lanez's father stood up guest and screamed, said, this is a wicked system. He screamed at the prosecutor that they are evil and they know exactly what they did here. His stepmother stood up screaming and yelling. Father was yelling about Rock Nation. Whoa. Not about Rock Nation, honey. Whoa. So that was, listen, if his daddy was talking about Rock Nation, then Tory was talking about Rock Nation. I told y'all. I told y'all. Did I not say it? And what did y'all say to me? Oh, Steph, that's Cap. I said Megan Thee Stallion paid for Kelsey's attorney, and everyone tried to call me crazy. They did. They did. They did. If that wasn't confirmation enough, there it is. Let's just continue. Megan goes on to say Tory Lanez was remanded. He was remanded on the spot, let out in handcuffs by the sheriff's deputies. There were six in the courtroom total, 2 at the door and 2 behind Tory Lanez. And there was quite a scene when they tried to get Lanez's father and stepmother under control. One woman in the gallery held up her hands as Tory's father was screaming about Rock Nation and wicked injustice, repeating in the name of Jesus. Deputies were forcing them all out of the hallway and telling the gallery we had to stay seated. One woman turned and looked at the reporters sitting behind her, including me, and said, Jay-Z is a bitch. Report that. Jay-Z is a boom. She reported it. So shout out to Megan, the lawyer. Megan, the reporter. She reported it. They told her to report it. She reported it. Let's get back into the thread. Ooh, chow. She also said that right now reporters are in the media area on the 12th floor hoping to get a comment from someone. The 12th floor is the only area where you can record and take photos. I went outside to see what the scene looked like. Lots of people, but Tory's family isn't around. She says, I can't get back in the courtroom to get back to the 12th floor, but I'm sure if someone does talk on camera up there, it will be readily available and I can post it for the masses. People are a little rattled by the chaotic scene after the verdict. Lots of adrenaline pumping right now. Megan says Megan Thee Stallion's lawyer has released a statement. The jury got it right. Thank you. There is justice for Megan. That's the statement right here, you guys. Megan, the reporter, goes on and says that the deputies were able to manage the scene. I heard Tory's father screaming, don't push me, but never saw a huge fight. But it was very chaotic for several minutes, and we could hear Tory's father screaming from the hallway. Let me get to some of your comments, y'all. Wow, this was a ghetto scene. Honey, the scene, ghetto. 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 Let me read some of your comments, you guys. Woo chow. Woo chow. Ooh. I know y'all are quiet. The comment section is a little skimpy. Okay. Not wow. Honey. This is from Lamb Illy says, I bet there's going to be so many conspiracy theories out there about the perpetrator. Look at the victim. His dad called a few names, honey. He did. His daddy did call a few names. He did, didn't he? His daddy was calling a few names. Honey. Woo chow. Voodoo says the scene was a ghetto scene, screaming ghetto. Man, I wish it was televised. The judge didn't want it. Thank God, I guess. I mean, we don't need to see black people being extra ghetto all the time now, honey. Woo child. Woo child indeed. You said all I can say is wow. Yeah, seriously. What's up, Lucky Lady? How you doing today? This from Jessica Breland says, we gonna let you talk because this is too much. Look at me. I look frantic too. I didn't even change my shirt from yesterday. I'm gonna take a shower tonight. This from Amber says, go back to Canada. I'm sick of him and his dad. Yeah. Take that back to Canada. I don't know what y'all be doing in Canada, but honey, not here. This from Queema says, woo child is an understatement. We need a new phase for this, honey. Yes. This from Courtney J says, there's not much to say if you ask me. The boys are mad. It's from Libra. Libra says, did you see Tory's little sister Did you see Tory Lanez saying Rock Nation tried to ruin her brother's reputation? I guess so. We're going to get to that. I'm a troll on Twitter. Me too. We're going to finish the thread out, you guys. I just want to read this. I want to get to some of your comments. This is from Jacqueline. It says the jury arrived at the verdict based on the original statement, not what was said on the witness stand. That could be. I mean, he's going to appeal it. He's got every right to appeal it. He got a right to appeal that, right? If he feels like that they were going based off the original statement and not the witness testimony. Was the witness statement entered into as evidence? If it was, then they didn't have to listen to her testimony. They got the evidence. This is from Chanel. Says, I'm still confused as to how Hove got somebody called Beyonce. Says, so he be in Rock Nation paid for Kelsey's lawyers, and that is an issue because why? It looks like a conflict of interest to me. It looks like a conflict of interest. To me. It doesn't gotta look like that to you, but it definitely looks like that to me. It looks like a conflict of interest. So let me explain to you. I think he should be in jail. I think he did shoot her. But I also think so did Kelsey. And I'm just doing that based off of Sean Kelly, the eyewitness. And I think that Rock Nation paid for her attorneys who helped her get use immunity. And they also paid for her attorneys and probably gave her a little bit of kickback because they didn't want Kelsey to disclose that her and Megan was tussling. Megan lied. And I'm not talking about sleeping with him. I don't care about that. But she definitely lied. Okay? She definitely lied about fighting with Kelsey. She did. They can't explain the fingernails in the street and the broken chain and the broken Cuban link in the street. That was a fight. Because according to Kelsey, all he did was pull her hair. That's it. She didn't say he broke my chain. I fought with him and broke my... Kelsey didn't say that. Kelsey said all he did was pull my hair and call me the B word. That's all Kelsey said, which doesn't explain the forensic evidence of your nails, right? I think they said 6 to 8 nails were in the street and all of her chains were in the street. And then you get the eyewitness testimony said, no, I saw 2 women fighting. And then I saw the little man get out of the car after the first shot rang out. So Megan definitely paid Kelsey to hide that fight. She did. Argue with y'all mamas on that. Respectfully. This is from Diane says, I wonder, will he say that in his court case? His temper needs to stop. I don't know. That's a great question. This from Shirley. What's up, Shirley? Says, will he be sent to Canada once his time is served? Yeah, he'll be deported. He won't be able to get back into the U.S. because that's a violent crime. So he would be excommunicated from the U.S. He'll never be able to come here again unless he sneaks over the border. But you guys, again, I think he got 24 years. That's a life sentence. This from Nick. What's up, Nick? Says, what did I miss? Sounds like someone is going to prison. Tory Lanez. Tory Lanez was convicted today of three charges in the Megan Thee Stallion pew-pewing. Yeah. Tory Lanez. Let me get some more of your comments. We're going to get back into this Twitter thread. Okay. You said, what about the case against August? August never filed charges, so there is no case unless he did, and I missed it, but I don't think he filed charges. This is from Harry. It says, hello, Nosy fam. Just got here. What I missed. Tory Lanez was convicted today. This from Anastasia says, did you hear that Meg's attorney is going after bloggers? I didn't hear that. Did he say that, or did a blogger say that? Because the blogger said it. I definitely don't believe it. So who said it? This from Alyssa says that they could have both pew-pewed. So he got convicted on his charges, period. He's still culpable. Now we understand Kelsey pleading the fifth. Alyssa. This from Armida says he hasn't been sentenced yet, but his charges can be up to 24 years. Yes. January 25th. Wow. It's my birthday. I'm just kidding. That's not my birthday, but it's close to my birthday. Wow. This is from Chantel Waters. Says, I don't think the sentence It's going to be the max. I think it is. I think it is. That's my opinion. I'm not an attorney, but that's my armchair lawyer legal opinion. This one, Carla says Megan didn't implicate Kelsey because of what horrible friend she was. This was restitution. Let's get back into this Twitter thread. So Megan continues and says the deputies yelled at us to stay in the courtroom, and then we were allowed to leave. But as we were filling out, we could hear Tory's family in the hallway, and the deputy told us in the hallway wasn't clear, and we needed to go back into the courtroom. And we didn't get to leave for another few minutes. She says Tory's family is on the other side of the courthouse with the media talking about Tory's lawyers. They made clear they don't want to talk. They made clear they don't want to talk publicly. They basically gossiping. This is them right here by the car gossiping. All right. Well, first stop, Toronto, Canada. She continues and says Tory was handcuffed and led out of the courtroom by the deputies wearing his powder pink pants, turtleneck, and all that other good stuff. One girl who appeared about 8 years old was crying as Tory's stepmother hugged her. Here's the first draft of Crime and Law News. And then here it is. She says, this was a scene outside the courthouse a few minutes ago. A lot of the media interviewers going inside. Let me mute myself so we can hear it, okay? As Nicki Minaj would say, mumbling and cackling, okay? Mumbling and cackling. She finishes the thread and says, if any jurors are reading this, if you're interested in speaking about the verdict, I'm interested in speaking with you. My Gmail address is in my profile and my DMs are open. Yeah, please speak with Megan. When I started following her, she only had 8,000 followers, you guys, and now she's at 40,000. So good for her. She didn't realize this case was popular. She thought the Harvey Weinstein case was popular. It's not. No one cares about a rich billionaire diddling women. So she was like, oh my God, this case is really popular. She's like, it feels like the O.J. Simpson case. Yeah, because Black people actually stop thinking Black people don't watch the news. We do. And we do have an affinity to like and follow our favorite, artists, even in court. Okay. Even in court, honey, even in court, we'll follow them. Okay. So yeah. So she was like, she had made a tweet like 5 or 6 days ago. She's like, I had no idea this case was so popular. Yes, ma'am. It is. It is quite the popular case. Let me get some of your comments, and then I'm going to go here on Twitter. First, let me go on Twitter and find some more media coverage about Tory Lanez, and not the funny memes, but I want to find his father's statement, and we can watch that. Okay, but let me get some of your comments first. Smash the like button, you guys. Don't be ignorant. Let me see. You said, who are January birthdays in here? Not y'all over here trying to collect private sensitive information. You said, I thought the court date was on the 27th. It's in January, right? He's going to get the minimum sentence. Not with all 3 charges, honey. Not with all 3. This is in the life of Rana says he might get 10 and get out. He's obviously going to appeal it. This from Tweet says, can't believe Christmas is here already. The year flew by. Yes, it did. I'm a January baby too. You're probably a Capricorn brown delight. I don't know. I feel that. This from Elise says, do you? I would like to hear your opinion on the sentence. I really don't think he will get the max, but would love to hear it. Well, typically when you're charged with all 3 counts, that means that the jury thought whatever you did was incredibly heinous. They did. They just was like, throw the book at them. And usually when they charge you with, right, you know how there's some counts you'll be like, oh, there was 20 counts, he got charged with 1. Because they really feel like he was guilty, but he didn't do much. They charged him with all 3. So they was like, throw the book at him. He is volatile. He is angry. He is mad. He is messy, boom. So they were like, throw the book at him. And then in sentencing, I don't know how it works in the Los Angeles County Superior Clerks, whether the judge does the sentencing or the jury comes back and they choose the sentencing. But if the jury picks his sentencing, honey, they gonna throw the book at him. They gonna throw the book at him because they were already done with him. They were already done with him. So yeah, that's my opinion. This is from Young, says they probably have an after party set up and everything. Ciao, Nikki. Megan already popping champagne bottles. Is that simple? This is from Z Bradley, says, I noticed all the bloggers started following her after you. Just saying, you were using no jumper. They were using no jumper. I don't want to toot my own horn, but I think so too. I think so too. Because I'm following the case on TikTok, and all of every video I posted went viral. So I think people was following our good friend Megan. Now remember, when I started using Megan, and I'm going to be full disclosure, I started using Megan because Baller Alert used Megan. The Shade Room was using someone else by the name of McCullens. And then there was another one I was using exclusively. He goes by the name of Jamie Ziegler or something like that. So those are 3 court reporters. So I just went to Megan because he was bouncing back and forth between the Weinstein case and Tory. And so I couldn't follow Jamie, the guy from the LA Times. I couldn't follow him very close because he would skip some days, but Megan stayed on it. I knew Megan was going to stay on the case and kind of push the Harvey Weinstein case to the side because she said, she said in a tweet, I didn't realize how popular these people were. So I knew for a fact she was going to be on the case, and she got up every morning on time. Now, me and her were in the same time zone, so it was easy for me to be able to pick up when she was getting ready to post. But yeah, I'm just saying. So I got it from Baller Alert. Some people could have gotten it from Baller Alert, but I definitely, full disclosure, I did find out about Megan through Baller Alert. So that's the tea on that. Okay. Because they didn't gatekeep her name. Thank God. They didn't gatekeep her name like the Shade Room probably would have. This from Kofax says, I don't think Megan and Kelsey fought. Megan had to fight. She had no fight marks on her. Kelsey did. I think Kelsey fought Tory and fired. No, because Megan didn't have fight marks on her doesn't mean Megan didn't fight. Because Megan didn't have fight marks on her means that Megan is a better fighter. Okay, does that make sense? So when people are like, oh, she wasn't fighting, she's got clear skin. No, honey, it just means I'm better at doing it than you. That's what I believe. The forensic evidence doesn't lie, you guys. It doesn't lie. And neither does eyewitness. He just has no reason to lie on Megan Thee Stallion. That was an old man. He was from Great Britain. He don't know who these young Black people are shooting each other or, fighting each other. He don't know nothing about these kids. So he has no interest in lying to say that they were fighting. He has none. There's no reason why an old man, a retired old man at that, would have a reason to lie. For what? What did he lie for? He's an old man. So what would he have to lie about that for? I don't think he would lie. And also he lives in the Hollywood Hills. So he's already wealthy. So it's not like Daystar Peterson is going to offer an old British man money to tell a story. Like, that's not a thing, I don't think he was going to lie about that for you understand what I mean? Does that make sense? It's like, I tried to pull one. I just bought these from Costco. I don't know. These feel thinner. I don't know. These feel thin. I got a bone to pick with Costco. This is from, no, that's not for me. This from Carlos says, Chief, can you tell us what all the charges were? Oh, yeah. Let me pull them up. Hold on. I just want to pull up the charges. Like, they be making that so difficult. Oh, he had a Grammy? Dang. Assault with a semi-automatic firearm, carrying a loaded gun and an unregistered weapon in a vehicle, discharging a firearm with gross negligence. So all 3 of those. Assault with a semi-automatic firearm and carrying a loaded, unregistered firearm in a vehicle, discharging a firearm with gross negligence. Yo, they gonna throw the book at my boy. Daddy Lane's acting a fool. Not Daddy Lanes. I love that, Daddy Lanes. This is from Course Corrections. Says the probation report that will be used for sentencing will cover all of the previous encounters, gun charges, possibility of witness tampering. He's going to get the max. I agree. This from Ray Bishop says, I wonder if his recent issue with August Aslina swayed the jury. Well, it wasn't introduced in court, so probably not. Brian Thomas says, I would like to say that the blogger who posted a couple of days ago about the verdict and they being completely wrong and not owning up is crazy. Who's the blogger, Burnett? Who the blogger? Spill the tea. Don't be ignorant. Spill the tea, Burnett. Stop playing with us. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Tell us who the blogger who said it. Who is she? Who is they? Fee. You will lie, and the truth ain't in you, Rodmika. You will lie, and the truth ain't in you. Who's AK? Say Cheese was the blogger. Sounds like North Carolina Beats. Adam 22. I don't know who this blogger is. So deadly pee. This is from Vivi. Vivi says, and my thing had always been, regardless of what led up to a Tory, should have never pulled out the pew pew. Never. But I don't think he did. From Canada? Yes, y'all. He's a Canadian national. I don't think Tory Lanez pulled it out. I think Kelsey took it from the car. I think Kelsey took it from the car. Let me tell you how I think it went. You don't have to agree, but just let me tell you what I think. I think that they left the party because Meg's lace front was lifting. Tory had an attitude because he wanted to stay and kick it. And why shouldn't he? It's his summer too. You know what I mean? But again, Megan rode with him, so he had a duty to go home with her, right? Because they came together. I think Tory was being messy in the car, like, we shouldn't have left. That's your problem. You should have just wore your natural hair. Woo-de-woo. Him and her went back and forth about their careers. Like, man, you're a wash. Woo-de-woo. Tory Lanez got hurt by that. Then he mentioned something about Kelsey. Like, you need to tell your friend what's up. Like, hey, tell Kelsey me and you smashing. Kelsey gets offended. Meg says, pull the car over. They start tussling. When Kelsey jumps out of the car to tussle with her, she grabbed Tory's pew-pew. Okay. It gets discharged. Because Tory was just going to let him fight. He didn't care. So they let him fight till he heard his pew-pew go off. And he jumps out of the car. And now they're all tussling for it. Then he jumps back in the car and they get pulled over. That's what I think would happen. I think Megan didn't want to disclose that her and her friend fought, because she was already mad at Tory. So she told Kelsey, look, I'll pay for your attorney. I'll give you a little bit of hush money. I'm going to make sure you get really good attorneys. I'm going to make sure they get you immunity. Don't say nothing about the fight. Just listen to whatever your attorneys tell you to do. Because I'm really mad at him. And I didn't like how he went behind my back to those bloggers trying to make me out to be a liar. So just do as your attorney says to do. And Kelsey's like, okay. But then they didn't expect that eyewitness testimony. It was like, no, I saw two women fighting. And then I saw the guy come out of the car. And they was hoping that people just thought that Sean Kelly, the witness, was just a crazy old man, which they did. They were like, oh, he's a crazy old man. But the jury, again, and no shade to the jury, they're just average, regular people. They're probably not going to put that scenario together in their head. I wouldn't have charged, if I were on the jury pool, although Tory Lanez should be in jail for just being messy, I don't think that Tory Lanez is guilty. Is he a terrible friend and all this other stuff? Yeah, probably. Should he not been sleeping with two women? Yeah. But should he have been convicted? No. I think Kelsey should have been convicted. She pulled that out of the car to do something to Meg. It discharged. Tory came out and they was all tussling for it. That's just based off of how the evidence and the physical evidence, not what they're saying, because they're all liars. I'm going based off of the witness testimony and the physical evidence. The physical evidence says that Kelsey is the one who discharged it. That's what the physical evidence says. And I don't like the fact that Meg allegedly paid her to not disclose the fist fight that they had. That fight happened, whether y'all want to believe it or not. And Meg definitely paid her to not say anything, whether that be cash or just paying for her attorneys. But Meg definitely did not want that fight to be disclosed. What Meg wasn't counting on was that eyewitness. That is my personal opinion. Do I think Tory Lanez should be in jail? For being a dirtbag, we should all be in jail then, okay? I rebuke that in Jesus' name. I pray to never go to jail. But I'm saying, if you're going to send someone to jail for being a dirtbag, okay, fine. But who should really be in jail? Kelsey. Okay, it's that simple. Kelsey should. Kelsey was the one who was operating out of anger because she was losing the fight against Megan. Period. Point blank, period. She was losing. She couldn't go toe-to-toe with a stallion. It's just that simple. She couldn't go toe-to-toe with a stallion, so she tried to cheat her way into winning that fight. It's that simple. And I think Tory was just going to let him tussle it out till he heard that gun get discharged. He was like, oh, she got my toolie. She got my tool or toolie or however y'all say it. She got my piece. Him and the driver jump out the car because they both heard it. Both heard it get discharged. And they jumped out immediately. Because that's how men are. Men love a cat fight. Men love a good cat fight. Okay. And they was going to watch that cat fight because they're wearing bathing suits. At some point, because men are disgusting, at some point, they would have ripped each other's bathing suits off. And that's what Tory Lanez and his driver was waiting for. So they heard that piece go off. You see what I mean? Because that's just how men are. That's how men are. They wasn't going to do nothing. They was going to let them beatbox it till they were naked. Come on. Let's be for real. Okay. Let's be for real, you guys. Let's be for real. We know exactly what those men were doing. We know exactly what they were doing, and we know exactly what they were waiting for. They were waiting for those women to catfight their clothes off. Catfight their clothes off till they heard that gun get discharged, okay? Let me get some of your comments. This is from Z says, Tory should have taken the stand. Yeah, he should have. Yeah, he should have. He should have. He should have said exactly what the witness said. If he would have just said what I just explained to you guys, he would be free right now. Like, hey, me and Meg got into it. Had he used my defense, Tory Lanez would be free. Said, I didn't want to go home from the party. She wanted to go home. We got into it. She was talking about my career. I was talking about her career, and I was being messy. And I mentioned that we were having a relationship, and I was also having a relationship with Kelsey. If he had brought that honesty to the jury, they would have acquitted him. And he should have said, and Megan said, stop the car. I didn't want to look. If she wants to get out the car, I have no right to tell her not to get out of the car. She got out of the car. Kelsey got out. And they started fighting. I just wanted them just to fight it out. Maybe they'll burn enough energy and stop. And then I heard the gun go off. That's what he should have said. Me and my driver got out and we tried to break it up. But Kelsey was squeezing the trigger so tight and it just went off. That's what he should have said. And that would have saved his life. But he was too busy trying to save Kelsey's. And he should have been throwing her under the bus. She already had immunity and a stack of attorneys. You should have just threw her under the bus. Because once you got not guiltied, they could never bring those charges back to you, Tory. Now you got to fight an appeal and use all your money. I know he's paid those attorneys about $1 million. You're going to have to pay about 10 times that much to get free. And your attorneys are going to have to dig for a technicality. And based off of your attorneys, I would get appellate attorneys. I'm going to not get these yahoos to try to free you. You need appellate attorneys. These were the worst garbage, snake in the oil trial attorneys I've ever seen in my life. He needs to get appellate attorneys who are going to find a technicality. Let me get to some of your comments. This is from YMV. Says the text from Kelsey to Justin, the text from Kelsey to Megan, text from Tory to Kelsey, a text from Tory to Megan helped solidify that he was guilty. Tory offering hush money to Megan and Kelsey, in my opinion. Yeah, a lot. There was a lot stacked on top of him. But I agree with the person just before you who said he should have testified in his own defense. He should have, because by the time when his attorneys didn't argue that, when his attorneys didn't argue that he had a publicist who posted that on the Shade Room, that Kelsey didn't shoot Megan, he should have argued that, and he missed a great opportunity to use his publicist to say that. Like, he didn't fight hard enough to say it was Kelsey. In my opinion, after just following this case, I don't think he fought hard enough to say that Kelsey was the pew-pewer. I don't think he fought hard enough. He should have fought harder. He did not fight hard enough. In my opinion. Once you found out she had immunity, you should throw her under the bus. Because, y'all, it's a dog-eat-dog world. It's a dog-eat-dog world. He should have been through her. He gonna throw her under the bus during an appeal. Oh, yeah, he's gonna throw her under the bus during appeal. He not saving nobody because he's sitting in jail. So why you showing up to court in your little 3-piece suits? You should have been throwing Kelsey under the bus. This from Tory did it. Not Tory did it. Says, I knew he would be guilty for at least 2. I wasn't expecting the 3rd, me either. I honestly thought he was going to get acquitted. I guess I wasn't following this case hard enough. This is from A Living Being. Said, to be honest, he has to be guilty, which is why he didn't speak a lot. LOL, because what you say can be used against you, and he was worried about that as much as he be talking. Yeah, that's true. This is from Elise. Alyssa says, I think the state would have charged him differently if he gave the story, but he's still liable. But true, a jury may have key him it lesser charges. Yeah. It's from Madeline. Madeline says, evidence provided that if Kelsey would have provided, they would have gun residue in the car and at least a bullet in the car. Megan was seen kicking it repeatedly. Evidence proved that if Kelsey would have proved. I'm going to have to put a pin on this comment because I think a few of the grammatical errors are making me have a hard time understanding what you're saying. Evidence proved that if Kelsey would have proved that there would be a gun residue in the car or at least a bullet where in the car, Megan would have been kicking repeatedly. I don't understand how the jury found him. What I'm not understanding is, how did the jury find him guilty after the witness testimony? I don't know. What about Kelsey? She got immunity. They could charge her later, but they won't. Tory did. It says Tory got an attitude from his daddy. Child, let's get to Tory's. Y'all leave Tory's daddy alone. It's his son. Okay, leave that man alone. But we do got to watch the video from Tory's daddy. Okay, let's pull up the video. Roll that beautiful bean footage, as Bonsai would say.
It's not over. God does not lose. And even though we've come to this juncture, trust me, you will see that our God does not fail. This is not the I know that this is wickedness. This district attorney, Miss Kathy Todd.
I know it's his son, because I would do the same for mine. But come on, sir. The theatrics of it all. But again, I don't want to, shame his daddy for defending him. We can't shame somebody's father for defending him, and we're not going to make fun of his dad for defending him. His dad wasn't there. You know what I mean? He only can go by the testimony of his son. If his son said he's innocent, then that's what the dad is going on. So I want to show his dad a little bit of grace, but the pastor theatricals. Now, Mr. Daddy Lanez. Now, Daddy Lanez, doing a little much outside the courtroom, okay? Doing a little much outside the courtroom, Daddy Lanez. Okay, doing a little much for me. Doing a little much. Let me go to I want to see if his father made any other statements. On 1 second, you guys. Okay, we saw that. Why does no one take longer than a minute video? Okay, we saw these. We saw these. Okay, just Daddy Lanes. Oh, here we go. This is his father discussing Jay-Z.
In this Los Angeles County and witness the worst miscarriage of justice that this world has ever seen. You want to know how I feel? I'll tell you exactly how I feel. I got some names that I want to call. Alex Spiro, Desiree Perez, and the whole wicked system of Rock Nation, including you, Jay-Z.
Yes.
You who say you rose from the gutter, but you have traded and bartered the souls of young men, and you're still doing it. The only independent witness in this courtroom is a man whose name is Sean Kelly. He came to court, and our attorneys, he would not even shake their hand after he went upstairs with Kathy Ta.
Interesting. Now that is an interesting take, right? That the witness was talking to the prosecution, even though he was the witness for the defense. That's unsettling. That's a little unsettling for me. That's unsettling. Why are you talking to the prosecution? You're a witness for the defense. I mean, it's interesting, you guys. Whether you like Tory Lanez or not, you can't ignore instances that are peculiar because you don't like someone. We've talked about this plenty of times. I'm not about to waste my breath doing it a third. You cannot ignore peculiar instances simply because you don't like someone. We've talked about this plenty of times before. Please don't make me repeat myself. We've talked about it when it comes to Bishop Whitehead. We've talked about it when it comes to Mr. LaTruth. You don't have to like Tory Lanez. You don't have to like him and still be able to look at anecdotal evidence, be like, that's weird, because stuff can be weird. I'm not saying it's a setup. I'm just saying it's unusual. It is unusual. It is because in his witness testimony, Sean Kelly, he flip-flopped a few times that I found to be unusual. And we joked about it, like, what kind of witness was that? The witness stated in his 911 call and in his statement, and then kind of switched it up a little bit, like, nah, I saw the gun get discharged with the two women, but Tory Lanez did the shootings. Like, but that's not what you're saying. You're saying 4 shots rang out when Tory Lanez was out of the car, and 1 shot rang out when Kelsey was out of the car. Now you're saying that he did all 4 or all 5? He was flip-flopping a lot on the witness stand. He was. And I think it was making Tory Lanez attorneys increasingly agitated. Like, why are you doing this? And then to hear that he went upstairs, and when they went to shake his hand for his testimony, he walked past them and talked to the prosecutor. That is strange, whether you like it or not. Okay, it's strange fruit. Y'all know I'm a Megan Thee Stallion fan, but I'm not about to just gloss over stuff because I love her. I'm not doing that. I don't care. She don't pay me to say what I got to say. She allegedly paid to Kelsey to not discuss that tussle. That is real. Sean Kelly had no reason to lie to 911 operators that night about that fight. He knew exactly who Tory Lanez was. At least he knew he was a male and not a female. He knew that in that 911 call and said, no, an additional 2 people stepped out of the car. The little gentleman, the smaller gentleman, and a bigger guy who happened to be the driver. So he knew the distinction between the two. He knew the distinction between the two. So Sean Kelly, the witness, has no reason to lie on behalf of Megan Thee Stallion the night of a 911 call. He said he saw 2 women fighting. There was no reason to lie like that. Megan paid Kelsey to not disclose that fight. I don't care what no one says, and you can't never change my mind on that. This from Allison says, not unsettling for me. Happens all the time in the courthouse. I'm there all the time. The witnesses can talk to both sides with permissions of the father, would not know if it was given to them. Yeah, it's possible, but it is strange. Quite strange. Prison preacher, don't say that. His dad's not on trial. This is from Lacole says that's not what he said, and now you're doesn't understand. What's your? I don't know if you're talking to me. This is from Nikita says one of the bloggers was reporting Tory Lanez was allegedly on the elevator with one of the jurors. Juror number 39 was removed. She was taken off of the jury pool because of her relations to, they didn't say either a witness for the defense or the prosecution, but the judge removed her. So I don't know if that's true or not, if she was on the elevator, but a juror number 39 was removed from the case because of her close relationship to either a witness for the plaintiff, defendant, or prosecution or defense. So she was removed. I don't know if she was on the elevator with them. I don't know about that. She might come out with her story. The case is over, so she's more than welcome to talk about the story now. Tory says, Tory did it, says Sean Kelly was brought in by the defense Tory's team. I'm aware of that. I know that. I'm aware of that. This is from Lacole says, when Megan paid Kelsey now, and they all jumped Megan, I don't know why she wanted to hide that fight so much. Like, that's the only curious part about this whole story. Like, there's two mysteries to this story to me. Why Megan tried to hide her fighting Kelsey, and why Tory Lanez tried to protect Kelsey. Maybe Kelsey was getting kickbacks from both of them, to be honest with you. Maybe she was getting kickbacks from both of them. Kelsey ain't got to disclose what Tory gave her, and she definitely don't have to disclose what Megan gave her, right? She don't got to disclose none of that to either of them. She was definitely doing a whole lot of backpedaling on the witness stand, that's for sure. That is for sure. She was doing a whole lot of backpedaling and mum's the word in it. Like, I don't know. Sure. I don't know. Maybe I believe the fish. She was doing a whole lot of weird stuff on the witness stand, a little bit. Kelsey was doing. She was doing a little too much. She was doing a little too much for me. Yeah, she was guesstimating. This from Koufax says the juror that was in the elevator and Tory's multiple times was not removed. She wasn't removed. That's what Megan had stated. Juror number 39. I pulled the tweets from Megan. Interesting. Maybe Megan got it wrong. Look, she reported it. I told it. I don't think she came back and rebutted it. We'll have to get back with Megan. This is from Mrs. Draws says, how do you know Rock Nation Megan paid for Kelsey's lawyers? Is there any evidence, or is this an inference based on information that has been made public? This is just my theory. This is not, it's not even an inference. It's simply theory. There is no evidence to it, but all the anecdotal evidence surrounding Kelsey and Megan leads me to that theory, right? Like, why did Kelsey not disclose the fight? Why was Kelsey being evasive on the witness stand, even though she had use immunity and she could just speak freely? There was a lot of stuff going on. So I'm just like, and then even the prosecution and defense asked her who paid for her attorneys, and the whole, I don't know. That's a weird answer. You don't know who paid for your attorneys? Attorneys are expensive. I think I would know if I had to shell out, $300,000 for a team of attorneys. I think I would know where that money came from. You understand what I mean? It wasn't gas money. It's attorneys. So the fact that she was being evasive about that makes me believe that somebody else paid them. That's a theory. You can even name it a hypothesis, but it's nothing based in fact. But a lot of the anecdotal evidence state that someone paid for her attorneys, because Kelsey ain't got it like that, y'all. I don't know if y'all think she do, but she don't. She don't got it like that. She don't got it like that. That's from YV says, nobody had clean hands during this trial. I believe both sides were trying to make the case so outrageous to prove either side. It backfired for both parties at the time. Kelsey and Kelly surprised each other. Yeah, no, I agree with that. Rock Nation. This from Sheree. What's up, Sheree? Girl, I thought you was Shanae. You know who I'm talking about. Says, speaking technically, if he discharged in the air, that is neglect. Discharge of a firearm. As a Canadian, he was unlawfully in possession of a concealed and unregistered firearm. But did he argue? He didn't argue that he touched the gun at all. And I think that might have been his downfall. He should have gone with Sean Kelly's testimony and said they were fighting. Kelsey took my, tool, and I was trying to retrieve it from Kelsey. That's all he had to say. But he wanted to stay far away from that piece as he could. He can't, because he, remember I told you he's a Canadian citizen. He doesn't have the Second Amendment rights. So he can't be anywhere near it. So he was in the middle of a rock and a hard place, because his defense would have been great if he said, I was just trying to get it from Kelsey's hands. But the prosecution would have asked him, well, how did you get it in the first place? So he just separated himself completely from that firearm. And he should have took some ownership of the firearm. He didn't want to take any ownership of the firearm, which is understandable, because as a non-US citizen, you don't want nothing to do with that, because you ain't got no rights to it. So I understand his premise. He should have just argued, I had it, I shouldn't have had it. He should have just pled that one charge. He should have never, you know what I mean? He should have just took that one charge. Like, I was in possession of an unregistered Thule, but I didn't do it out of malice. That's what he should have argued, in my opinion. Let me get some more of your comments from Tiff Talk says, I think people forget that they had an attorney. They guide you on what to say. So she could have wanted to say one thing, but Megan's attorneys may have advised against it. Well, Megan's attorneys wouldn't have advised her of anything unless Megan's attorneys were also from the same law firm as Kelsey's attorneys, which I don't think they were. But Kelsey was confused often in trial and had to get off of the witness stand to convene with her attorney and the judge on what she could answer and what she couldn't several times. So she was confused, because her attorney stepped up several times and told her, you can say that, you can answer that, answer it. And then she'd be like, I plead the fifth. And they'd be like, just answer the question. So she was confused a lot during trial. But I understand exactly what you're saying, Tiff. This from Quan. What's up, Quan? It says, maybe Megan kept the fight quiet because Kelsey came out of the truck with the Thule and Megan was forced to fight her after that. Could be. But she definitely hid it. It was definitely hidden. This is from Voodoo. It says, hey, have you heard of Natalie's lawyer chick on YouTube? She's a lawyer who goes over the legal analysis of this case, including this one. Oh, that's great. Great for Natalie. And no, I've never heard of her. This from Student Guy says he said it was his last tweet. Oh, Tory Lanez? He did tweet, didn't he? What was his last tweet? Tory Lanez's last tweet was, I'm going to leave this right here and watch how it ages. No weapon formed against me shall prosper, and every tongue that rises against me in judgment shall be condemned. You sit and watch now, and don't ever question the God I serve. This is my last tweet. Ooh, why did he say that? He wasn't lying. Ooh, not Akon being messy, honey. Akon tweeted, Akon replied underneath and says, I completely understand what you're dealing with. I hope this goes in your favor, my friend. Ooh, Akon. Honey child. I wouldn't have ended it with this is my last tweet. I'd have been like, I'll be back this month. You got to be careful with your words. You know, them words are powerful. You know, your words are powerful. I would have been like, I will be replying back on December 23rd at me, Tory Lanez. I wouldn't have said this is my last tweet. Come on now. Yes, honey. What's his name? Convict himself. Is that what he calls himself? Yeah, convict himself, honey. What's up, Tiny Ninja? Said, he's locked up. I'm not repeating that, but don't y'all repeat that. He's locked. Don't ever say the I'm part. Just say he's locked up. He is locked up. Don't speak this into your life, okay? Because your words are powerful. I'm always going to be free on the outside and never in prison or in jail or in a hole or the shoe or wherever confined in anything like that. Oh, I hate when you just reading stuff like that. You said everybody in the QT's chewing him up. This from Chanel Waters says, yes, the river part still got me scratching my head. What's your opinion, Steph? Oh, when he said it looked like they were gonna throw her in the river. I think when he said that, I think that they got Kelsey to the ground because I think Tory Lanez was upset with Kelsey for even taking his tool, and it's my tool for taking his tool, and Megan was dog walking her, and I think that they was trying to subdue Kelsey. I think they were trying to subdue Kelsey because she was being crazy and erratic. She was mad at Megan for sleeping with her cohort, and Megan was winning that tussle. And I think that when the guy Sean Kelly, the witness, said, "Oh, it looked like they were going to throw her in the rivers," because I think they were trying to subdue Kelsey because she was so erratic that evening. That's what I think. That's what I think. This from Miss James says, "Woo child, they wiped the pow pow, and Kelsey changed her story." Mm-hmm. I second that manifestation. That's right. That's right. That's right. Said the ghetto. The internet has been ghetto for the last few weeks. This is a terrible Christmas for Tory Lanez family. I guess it's a great Christmas for Megan and Kelsey. Again, I love Megan, and I just hate how this went. Yeah. That's what I think. That's what I think. You said they drug Kelsey, not Megan. Yeah, I'm sorry. I think they were upset at Kelsey for taking and I think she was already in dog walk by Megan. And I think that when the witness Sean Kelly said it looked like they were going to throw her in the river because they were being like just attacking, just trying to. I think they were subduing her. I don't think they were attacking her at that point, but I think it was Kelsey. It wasn't Megan because all the bruises and stuff showed up on Kelsey, not Megan. That's what I think. You said they drugged Megan, not Kelsey. No, there was no evidence of that. It was Kelsey for sure. This from Sheree says, not to make excuses, they were all drunk. And she was shot in the back of her feet. And when she looked at Tory, had the pew pew. I don't know. I thought the leprechaun shot me too. Yeah. It was just, I think it was just, I hate, like, I understand the excuse, like, oh, don't blame it on alcohol, but like alcohol does something to your brain. You know what I mean? I don't like when people say that. It's like, oh, don't blame alcohol. Sometimes you got to, okay? Because otherwise it wouldn't make you make these sort of really horrible decisions. So I don't like when people make that excuse, like, don't blame the alcohol. Sometimes you have to blame the alcohol. The alcohol played a huge role in what happened to Megan and to Kelsey and to Tory, him being incarcerated. It played a huge role in that. It played a huge role in that. It played a huge role. And I wish people would quit making excuses like alcohol doesn't do. It does. That's why you're supposed to drink it in moderation. Okay? If alcohol didn't have effect on people would be drinking it by the liters, but they don't unless they have a substance problem. But I mean, like, alcohol does, you're right, Sheree. It plays a huge role, and people always want to discount alcohol. Like, alcohol ain't gonna make you do all that. Yeah, it does. You should do a whole lot that you regret. That's why it's called liquid courage. Okay? Liquid courage. Okay? Alcohol's gotten its name out of all kinds of different scenarios. Okay? So yes, we're gonna blame the alcohol in this one, at least this time. So why protect a friend that pulled the pew pew on you? Because I think, and this is why, because Megan was flip-flopping a lot on her relationship with Tory. She made tons of interviews where she said, I wasn't sleeping with him. You know what I mean? So you have to hide the fight because the fight discloses why you were fighting. Why were you fighting anyway? Because Tory Lanez was being messy and told Megan to tell Kelsey about their relationship, which led to the fight. So you have to completely disavow the fight so people don't figure out why the fight occurred in the first place. That's why. She wasn't protecting her friend. She was just hiding the fight because she was trying to hide the fact that she was having a relationship with Tory. That's it. I don't know. I just, in this instance, in the scenario I built in my head, I feel bad for Tory. And in the real world scenario, if he did pew pew at her and say dance B, then I don't feel bad for him. But no one heard him say that, not even the eyewitness, So I just find it crazy. They even had audio from the eyewitnesses' home footage, audio, not video, just audio, and you didn't hear Tory Lanez say that. I blame Kylie. You know who I blame? I don't blame Kylie. I blame Megan Thee Stallion's hairstylist. That's who I blame. I blame Megan Thee Stallion's hairstylist. If Megan Thee Stallion was using Bold Hold instead of that Ghost Bond, Megan's lace front would have never lifted. And if her lace front never lifted, they would have never had a reason to leave the party. I blame Megan's stylist. If he's still her stylist, isn't it Jonathan Arrogant Tate? Isn't it Arrogant Tate who's her stylist? She should fire him. She should fire him because he caused all of this. He caused all of this. Butterfly effect. Jonathan Bowhole. Y'all know the Bowhole lady is getting a show on our network. Did y'all know that? Her name's Tamika Gibson. She signed with Nosy Bystanders TV. She's getting a show on our network in January. Y'all didn't know the Bowhole lady was coming to Nosy Bystanders TV? That's why I always say Bowhole. Bowhole gonna do it, baby. Bowhole gonna do it. I love me some Tamika Gibson, honey. And you know who the Bowhole lady is. Don't even hate. Don't even front. I love Tamika. She's y'all didn't know that? She's getting a live show. She's gonna do hair tutorials, wig installs. It's gonna be like a class. It's gonna be like she's gonna be teaching her own class on Roku TV. So we was waterproof. I'm just saying because I don't think Bold Hole would have lifted. I don't think it would have lifted. That's not the right person. Who's her hairstylist? He was using that got to be spray. He should have been that got to be spray. He should have been using Bold Hole. Hold on. Let me take a picture of this. I'm gonna send it to Tamika. She gonna be like, girl, what is this? Girl, we talking about your hair glue. Hold on one second. Where's her at, Tamika? I'm gonna send her what you said, Sheree. Okay. Okay, I sent her your comment because she got to read it. She got to read it. She gonna be like, what? She's like, Boho would have did it. EJ King, the one that had the pink super suit at court. No, that's her stylist, not her hairstylist. EJ King is her wardrobe stylist. Yeah, this from Ty W says EJ King was her wardrobe stylist at the time. I'm talking about her hair. She had a lace front wig on. She said she left the party early because her wig was lifting. Because it's hot and they're at a pool and she's sweating and she's drinking. That's why she left, honey. Who I think it was Arrogant Tate or whoever that dude is. Jonathan. Is it Jonathan or is it Arrogant Tate? One of those two. One of those two does her hair. Who's the one who do her hair? Isn't it Jonathan? I don't think there's a picture of it. There is a picture of her at Kylie's party, but there ain't no picture of her wig slipping. Ooh, tired. I haven't talked to Tamika in years. She was just in Houston. You know Tamika? Okay. Jonathan was her stylist before Kellen. So Jonathan was the one who did her hair. That's why she fired him, as she should have. That's why she should have fired him. He put Tory Lanez in jail. He put Tory Lanez in jail. What's up, Letty Monique? How you doing today? Now it's Kellen. Okay. Live, love, laugh says, but it seems like you are not happy with the verdict. I'm not. And I'm only not happy with the verdict because the theory that I have shaped in my own brain The theory that I have in my own head. Yeah, the theory that I have shaped in my cerebellum, it's just, it doesn't make sense. I think Megan lied about that fight. Kathy says she late, but what's up, Kim folk? Oh, we Kim folk, huh? This one saying Hudson says put the wig on the. He calls the wig as a he calls the wig. He calls the wig during his appeal as a witness. What's up, Blaze 106.91? How you doing today? YV says, show me the hair facts. Show me. I'm telling you. She probably burned that wig. That wig probably did her no justice. This from No Justice, No Peace said TMZ reported that Tory Lanez dozed off in court. That's part of the reason for the harsh conviction. Sleeping conveyed he didn't give a F. Could be. But the jury wouldn't have seen him sleeping. They were convening. They wouldn't have seen him sleeping. This is from Healthy Choices. Says liars are more respected these days than the truth. Yeah, that is true. This from Wandy NYC says, I feel you like Megan got, but you should feel that way. You should feel no way about the verdict. Yeah, but I feel like because she just didn't disclose the tussle, and because the witness stated that he saw the gun go off before Tory Lanez got out of the car, I think Tory Lanez was trying to break up the fight. I wonder why he didn't argue that in his defense, because I know he didn't. He wanted to get off completely, but he should have just took the conviction for the firearm, like not like having an unregistered firearm. I think he should have just settled with that. That's what he should have done. That's what he should have did. Whew. No, I'm tired. It's Christmas Eve. It's Christmas Eve. You said I'll see Tory in 10 years. Oof. I don't know how long he's gonna get, but I don't know how long he's gonna get. But I will say this: I think they're gonna throw the book at him. I think he will get all 24 years. I do. I think he'll get all 24. I just don't like. I'm not mad at Megan. I'm more mad at Kelsey, and I'm mad at everyone. The conviction is, to me, is bittersweet. It is bittersweet. It is bittersweet. It's bittersweet. It is. I just don't get it. I guess we'll never know. I guess we'll never know, and that's okay. But he was convicted today. That is all that I really have for you guys. Y'all ain't got nothing else, unless y'all want me to stick around and we just key. But I got nothing else. Anything else in the news? Is there anything else going on? Is there anything else going on in the news? If not, y'all better tell me quick. Gonna say let's keep going. Okay, what's in the news? Give me something to talk about. Ain't no more chef. Oh, update on Chef. Thank you, Sheree. No more update on Chef Law Cannon. He mass reported my video to YouTube and tried to get my video. Trying to get my video taken down about him. This message, Chef Mr. Cannon. How about this? How about you refund all those people's money you grifted, and unprivate your Twitter, and unprivate all your social media? I got half a brain to call you. I got half a brain to call you live on TV, on YouTube. I got half a brain to call you. Is Donald Trump going to jail? Yeah, he's rich. Rich people don't go to jail. Romeo and Master P. Master P, you know you pimped out your baby for money, okay? The baby found in Ohio. Yeah, they found the one baby at the Dayton airport, the other baby in Indiana. What do y'all think of that story? What do y'all think of that story? I'm a little perplexed by it. I don't know what to think of it. I don't know what to think. I don't know what to think of that story. I don't know what to think of that baby story. That something about it ain't sitting right with me. It was. It was found in Indiana. It was found in Indiana. They found the second baby in Indiana. How did the tolls not see her? You got to take the Ohio Turnpike to get to Indiana. So how did the Turnpike not see her? Hmm? How did the Turnpike not see her? She take the dirt roads? I mean, there's a back ways. You don't have to take the Turnpike. You can take the back ways to Indiana. But I'm just saying. It's something about that story though. It's not right in the milk. Let me get some of your comments. This is from Burnett says, how did they get that lady's info is my question. At first, the mom said the lady was a homeless woman, and then they had a mugshot. So how did they get that? Burnett, your guess is about as good as mine. Oh, does have weird energy. She was a homeless lady. Did you see the Facebook post? I didn't. Can you send it to us and I can read it? But I did not. A living being. And this from T. Gardner says, have you talked about Atiana Jefferson and the officer who he was found guilty? No, I have not. I was focusing on the Megan Thee Stallion case, but thank God he was found guilty. This is from Tovana says they said that she was headed to Chicago. Did they catch her? Did they catch her? Amber, if you're talking about Chef Gotti, he was charged with 2 counts, one of child, the other one of incest. He was charged. That's from Kathy Mullen says, did you see the theory about the 11-year-old girl who left home with the guy she met? Yeah, didn't they find her? Did she come back home? The restaurant workers identified the woman. Got you. The twin the twin napper. They arrested her? Okay, thank God. Thank God. Okay, they arrested her. That's good. That story is still bizarre to me. I mean, they got the babies were okay, but what was the baby eating for all those days? Inquiring minds would wonder. Ice from Brown Delight says that is weird to me. They carjacked, drop off a baby, kept the other one for a few days. Something in the milk ain't clean. I hate to speculate. I hate to speculate on the mom. I just realized I'm not wearing my watch. I hate to speculate on the mom, but like, there's a lot of that story that's not adding up to me. Like, what was the baby eating? It's an infant. What was it eating for like 8 days? You know? She go to a store and get diapers? I think the mama involved. Okay, I said it. I think the mama. I don't know if it sounds like a GoFundMe scam. I feel it. I just feel it. Now, I could be wrong, allegedly, but it's feeling like a GoFundMe Christmas scam. This from Samantha C says, "What about?" Oh, child, I don't even want to get into that. This from YMV says, "Likes ain't liking y'all. It ain't. Show ain't." This from Kevin79 says, "I love this show. Thank you, Kev. What's up? Can we call you Kev? I feel like that was ignorant of me to say. What's up, Kev? Kevin, impressed to speculate. Okay, I did. It feels like a GoFundMe scam, honey. It feels like it's Christmas around the corner. It feels like a GoFundMe scam. And she just gently leaves the babies. She didn't toss the babies out the window. She gently leaves the babies. It's a lot of care for a woman with child abuse charges under her belt and child neglect charges. She was very careful with other people's babies. Her babies, not so much. Just gently leave the babies. It's y'all, that's just how I feel. Am I wrong? I could be wrong. I could be so wrong, but that was the ransom? Yeah, did she change him? Did she wash his clothes? Did she feed him? Come on, April. You've been here long enough. You know. This is from Samantha says it's giving crackhead vibe. It's giving something. It's giving something. The mom sold the twins? I don't think so. Because why give them back? Why call the police if you sold them? You know what I mean? This is from Brit Brat said the babies had on the same clothes. Yeah. Yeah. This from Tiny the Ninja says, nah, people be willing wilding with the GoFundMe's sob stories. They do be wilding out. They do be wilding out. Okay, Casey says, remember the mother was outdoor dashing. There was a baby bag in the car. That's right. But enough. Yeah, that was right. Because they did have, they had enough diapers and food with them. Yeah, they were. The babies were given back to the mom. This one saying Hudson says, remember that woman who was on Ayana? She didn't want to go back to her real family. She loved her kidnapped mother. Oh, I remember that story. I remember that story. Yeah, who said that was who asked for 650 in ransom? Was that true, Margaret? Or is that a joke? I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know if that's true or not. So why am I TikTok looking for you? Because girl, you know we over here every day at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. Come on now. Don't be ignorant. Amanda, I'm just kidding. This from Kathy Mullen says, I feel like something wasn't right when she kept one. Maybe she only had enough diapers and food for one. You know, like the mom is door dashing. She packs enough for two for a couple of hours. But longevity, the mom knows she has to go back home to, replenish the bag of diapers and food and wipes and stuff. So maybe she dropped off one baby because she was like, I don't have if the mom only packed like 6 Pampers, that's really only enough for one baby for literally one day, essentially. So maybe this was a way for the kidnapper to like get back into her, feeling like a mom again, because she had issues with her own children and keeping them. Her kids were in the system. So maybe she just, maybe 2 was overwhelming and 1 was enough. Does that make sense? I don't know. You guys, story is wild. She asked for $650. Who's she, the mom or the kidnapper? Michelle, can you be a little bit more specific? She asked for $650. The mom started GoFundMe for $1,000. Who asked for $650? The mom asked for $650. The kidnapper asked for $650. So the mom starts to GoFundMe. Michelle, listen, I'm gonna be real nice to you because you seem like a nice lady. Are you pulling my chain? Are you pulling my chain? Are you pulling my chain? Are you pulling our chain? Are you pulling our chain? You said the kidnapper asked for $650, so the mom started to GoFundMe and asked for $1,000. Do you have evidence of that? Because the reason why he said no, I'm not. Okay, good. The reason why I'm asking you that is because the mother stated I'm trying not to laugh, but I'm about to because I know the babies are safe. The mother stated that, and then we're going to get out of here. The mother stated that she was door dashing and she didn't know this woman. She was identified because people recognized her as a local homeless woman. If that local homeless woman ran off with her babies, how the did the mom know she wanted $650? Somebody lying. Somebody. She texted. How she text the mom though? I don't believe none of this. Oh. I don't believe none of this story. I don't believe none of this story. I don't believe none of it. She randomly texts the mom, send me $650 for both twins. Come on, man. Come on. Come on. How'd you get the mama's number? Because normally when an Amber Alert goes out, they give you the police phone number. So how'd she text the mama? Come on, man. Come on. Okay, thank you. Dispatch reported a scammer contacted the mom. Okay, the scammer was trying to get money out the mom. Because that makes sense. That makes sense. I'm like, there ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. It was a scammer. Apparently, it was an alleged scammer trying to fleece the mama. It was a scammer trying to fleece the mama. Because I'm like, ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Okay, glad that was roundabout. Because I was getting a little concerned about this story. I was getting a little concerned. Okay. Was it Michelle? Michelle, okay, you're in the clear. You're in the clear. This is from Michael. Michael said, any updates on Shanquilla Robinson's case? Metropolis reporter stated that Charlotte chief deputy issued a subpoena for the Cabo Six. I wouldn't believe anything off his website. If you want to check it out, I don't have time to check it out. Just go to the Charlotte Sheriff's Department's website. And again, we know this sounds a little fake because there's no such thing as a Charlotte sheriff. It would be the county sheriff. Sheriffs are only labeled under the county, not the. So let me just pull it. Maybe it's Charlotte County. Maybe it's the name of the county, but let me see. No, it would be the Mecklenburg County Sheriff. This is the name here. So there's no such thing. This is what they would be called, not the Charlotte. So the fact that he just mislabeled it here, I'll put it here in the banner. This is what it's called. Was this name on his website? This is the county of Charlotte. So this is what it should say. The Mecklenburg County Sheriff's Office. That's what it should say, not the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office. If the Metropolitan 6 or Metropolis Mix, Mexico, reported that it's the Charlotte Sheriff's Department, that's a complete lie. That's, again, lie. There's just a lot. The whole statement makes me not want to read this article because, one, Charlotte has no sheriff's department, but Mecklenburg, whatever county does. Two, they can't issue subpoenas because it's a sheriff's office. They would be issuing warrants, but again, this is an international case and it's Mexico's jurisdiction. So sheriff's offices don't issue subpoenas. Sheriff's offices issue warrants, right? That they get from the prosecutor's indictment. But again, they don't have, the Charlotte sheriff ain't got no jurisdiction. Yeah, however you say it, Mecklenberry, yeah, something like that. I don't know how to pronounce it, but you guys know what I mean. Yes, there's just a lot of misnomers there. Charlotte doesn't have jurisdiction. Her case didn't happen in Charlotte, so they wouldn't even touch it. happened in Mexico and California Baja Sur's location. They are going to be issuing warrants. Okay. Not the Merklin County sheriffs. Does that make sense? Yeah. Yeah. Mecklenburg. However you pronounce that, you guys. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm just saying Mecklenburg. I don't know. It's just Merkel something. Okay. I don't know how to say it, but this is the name, not the Charlotte County Sheriff's, the Merkelberg, whatever you guys call it. Okay. And it wouldn't be issued by Charlotte because her case didn't occur in Charlotte. Her case occurred in Mexico. Okay. Does that make sense? This is, what do you think of Nancy Grace is saying? What did Nancy Grace say? I don't watch Nancy Grace. Not that I don't like her. I just don't have cable. But what does she say? Mecklenburg. I hope I'm saying that right. This from Brown Light says, I told you something ain't clean in the milk. Merkel something. I don't know. He said Merkel something. Yeah. So anytime a sheriff's office is involved, remember, sheriff is county jurisdiction. Okay. They cover the full county, anywhere you live. All county sheriffs. So if you live in a big, giant county, Los Angeles County, Cuyahoga County, Essex County, Mecklenburg County, the county sheriffs cover all jurisdiction of that county. That's why there's so few counties within states. Some states have more counties than others. Right here, they have only like 50 counties, but every county is different. Okay. But anytime you hear someone say the sheriff's office, it'll never be attached to a city unless it's like Los Angeles and the city is named after the county. So Los Angeles, the city of Los Angeles, their county is named Los Angeles. So, and that's only rare instances. I hope I'm explaining that correctly. This is from Bob. Bob says, look up Roosevelt Leon Nielsen. Chef Gotti did have a previous essay conviction. Clear that up. Who, me? Who you talking to? Who's Roosevelt Leon Nielsen? And don't be coming over here telling us what to do. I don't even know who that is. Sir Bob DeGoat. Bob DeGoat. This is from I Won't Be Here Forever, says like Mecca. Mecklenburg. Oh, got you. Oh, I got you. Mecklenburg. That makes sense. Is that what I'm saying it right? Y'all, it's not my county. I live in a county, which I'm not going to disclose on the internet, but I live in a county. Yes, is where I live. Hold on one second, you guys. Hold on one second. Why does everybody want to text me? I don't be getting it. Like, I don't mind it, but why everybody be always texting me while I'm doing this? Okay. But that's all I got for you guys. I don't know who Bob is, but Bob, I'm not correcting nothing. Don't come over here telling people what to do. Talk about correct it. Clear that up. Man, if you don't get no picture had side of here. Corrected nothing. I ain't even saying nothing wrong. What's Roosevelt? Is that a county? I ain't see it. He wasn't. Now he do got new charges, but I looked under the Wisconsin state registry for those people. He wasn't in there. So if he got it, he definitely got it expunged. So you can go publish it, but I ain't got to because it wasn't there. I can't publish what's not there. My good friend Bob, I can't publish what's not there. I'm sorry. I sorry to your mama and your daddy or whoever else you out here to defend him, but I can't publish stuff out of thin air. So if you want to publish it, you got to first go find it, print it out, and publish it. I couldn't find it. It wasn't there. So you go ahead, you publish it, and good luck. But that's all I got for you guys today. I'm your host, Chief Nosy Bystander. Thank you for being here at the Nosy Bystanders Live. We might be back tomorrow. It's Christmas Eve. It depends on how much work I got to get done, but we're back every day. Maybe not Christmas either. I need to take a day off. Just watch my content. We'll be back. We're usually here 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. We might be back tomorrow, but we'll definitely be back on Monday at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern here at the Nosy Bystanders Live, you guys. See you around, okay? And happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Is it Hanukkah too? When's Kwanzaa? All right, bye-bye.